YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you. Let me show you what we got going on today. Today we're gonna do a green chili smoked mac and cheese. I've been doing this recipe for years now. It would be dishonest of me to say that I came up this for myself. However, I got this from All Things Barbecue. I love what Chef Tom is doing over there, and I have manipulated it into what it is for me today. So I like to give credit where it's due. Especially some of the recipes that I do, they aren't of my own volition, right? So I will give that credit to where it's due. All right, moving on. Now, this is real simple. As long as you got a smoker, any type of smoker, you can do this. I am going to mix in this pan, and this is going to be the pan that's going on my smoker. All right, so I've got 2 boxes of these shells. Actually, let's give a runaround of what we have. So we've got Parmesan cheese. We've got Monterey Jack. I've got Colby Jack. I've got 2% milk. You can use whole. I've got a can of this 505 Hatch Tomatillo Garlic and Lime Green Chile Salsa. I could not find. They have a can of this that is just green chilies. I couldn't find that, so this is what I'm using today. I've got 2 boxes of medium shells, heavy whipping cream, half and half, onion powder, chicken bouillon. I like this for this recipe. I've got seasoned salt and 16 mesh black pepper. The type of pepper you have may vary. You can still use it. I'm using 16 mesh because that's what I have. Let's get this recipe on the road. All right. I'm gonna show you how easy this is. I've done this in my crock pot before when it's too windy here in my portion of Texas, and comes out just fine now. This is what we're gonna do. Let me show you how easy this is. Let's put this together. Shells in. I think I'm only doing 1 box today, guys. For my actual protein, it's not going to be a lot of protein today. That'll be another video coming up here shortly. And so our goal here is to make the liquids that we're using enough so that these shells become tender. Worst thing you can do, especially with mac and cheese, is cook it and still have hard shells. So we're not going for al dente. We want these shells cooked through. And that is done with the liquid that we're going to be using. All right. I've got me a cup measure. We're going to keep this really simple. Now, I do have, my little girl's going to eat this, so I won't go that heavy with this green chili. If you don't know about green chili, I live, a few hours from Hatch. It's kind of the chili capital of the world. Hatch Green Chile, everybody knows it as. But these can be, they look like they're all good until you put one in your mouth. And they can be really hot. So here's what we're going to do. We got a lot of dairy going into this mac and cheese. And that's going to help kind of tame down some of that hotness. Again, with green Hatch chilies, I'm repeating this because I don't want nobody trying this recipe and then they eat the green Hatch chili and then tell me how hot it is, because these can be absolutely hot. So this is what we're going in. We're going to do about a cup on the shells. This will get a good mix. Then we're going to go a cup, 2% milk. Again, whole milk if you have it. Then we're also going to go, let's get this heavy cream open. I'm sorry, half and half. So the different dairy products I'm using absolutely make for a ideal mac and cheese. They keep everything creamy. And that's kind of what you want. That is what you want. I don't know anybody that wants a dry mac and cheese. When everything mends down and melts down, especially with the 3 different cheeses we're using, you'll see that these dairy products make everything creamy. That's what you want. All right. Get a cup of heavy cream. All right. Now we're going to go in with some onion powder. I'm gonna skip the garlic powder. That the green chili from 505 that I'm using already has garlic in it. You can eat that 505 salsa by itself with chips. It's pretty delicious. I would call that about a teaspoon of chicken bouillon. Alright. Then we're going to go with some seasoned salt. Just call that about half a teaspoon. And then we're going to top it off with some black pepper. That is about 90% done for this recipe, guys. That's how easy it is. Let's get this in my sink. And then we're going to go in with our different cheese. Actually, we're going to give it a good mix. Let's give it a good mix. Seems like a lot, but when it starts cooking down, again, this is exposed to the smoke on my smoker. When it cooks down, I'm telling you, this is absolutely to die for. I haven't made this in a while. This particular type of macaroni and cheese. Gotta be honest, if I ever open up a barbecue restaurant, this will definitely be one of the sides. I might still make a few tweaks to this, meaning I would probably use raw green Hatch chilies. Like I said, you definitely don't know what you're getting. But we are using a lot of dairy in this, so that dairy will help tamp down that heat. We're going in with about a cup. It's about a cup of Parmesan. We're going to go in with about a cup of Monterey Jack. Actually, I might do a little bit more with if you can find pepper jack, I couldn't in my store. Besides the pepper jack slices, I'll go with a little bit more. Okay, that's about a little bit over a cup. And then we're going to finish it off with some Colby Jack. My dog's back there going crazy. He wouldn't hurt a fly. So now we're going to give it another good mix, and let me get myself a big spoon, because this is the recipe. All right. So we're going to get this mixed around. Give me a minute. I will give you guys a peek into what I see. What I might do, just to ensure that this doesn't end up dry, because we got a lot of cheese and a lot of these shells that's going to soak up this moisture. I want to make sure that during the whole cooking process, there's enough moisture in this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add me a little water in here. All right. A little water. That's about a half a cup of water. And other than that, that's it. We're still going to give it a good mix. Now, as this cooks, if I see this thickening up too much, I will again add a form of a liquid to this. I think right now we're going to be just fine. All right. Doesn't look like much now, but when we get it in that smoke, it'll be a different product. Let me show you what we have. That's what we have. All right, doesn't look like much now. It's gonna look totally different once we get it on that smoker. Stay tuned. All right, let me show you guys what we got. We just got the mac and cheese and the rib tips on here. All right, so we got a nice solid coal bed. I did use a little bit more Kingsford blueback charcoal than I normally would. It's a bit windy here. I don't want the wind messing with my fire or my temperatures. Alright. Let's see what we got. Alright. See the green chili mac and cheese? And then our rib tips. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to be out here and check probably every 30 minutes. I'm not sure how long it's going to take on this. However, I do have it positioned closest to the fire. I might come and spin it around so we get promote some even cooking. Other than that, I know these probably going to take 3.5, 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 hours. It's going to be not a long cook, but it's going to be a longer cook. We're going to roll. We're going to play this by ear. I'll be back. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, that is the mac and cheese. As you can see, it's bubbling around the edges. Alright, so this has been on here right at 2 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. I know the macaroni and cheese shells are they are soft, We're gonna pull this. I'm gonna cover it with foil, get into my oven to keep warm. I've tasted it. The worst thing you could do is over smoke something. As you can see that flame down there. So I've got constant steady flame going. My rib tips are still back there. I need them to get a little bit more color before I pull them off and foil them, wrap them. But we're going to get this off here before it becomes too smoky. I've tasted the cheese sauce. It's right where I like it. It actually complements that green chili salsa. Be back. Alright, so here's how we're looking. This mac and cheese was on for about, right at 2 hours. I'm going to wrap this up. I still feel that some of the shells they're not hard because they've all been cooked through, but some of them still got some bite to them. I'm trying to get rid of that bite. I put a little bit of water in this cheese sauce a few minutes ago to make sure that this pasta has some moisture to still utilize. We're going to get this covered up and into a 250-degree oven for probably the next 30 to 45 minutes. And then for this, it'll be done. It'll stay in there to warm through until my rib tips are done. I'll see you then. YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you. Let me show you the finished product that I get for my green chili 3-cheese mac and cheese. This is the highlight of the show today. I really like this product, not sponsored. However, I use this even when I'm not cooking for the camera. Alright, I wish you could smell this. So currently, you can smell the smokiness from the mac and cheese because it has been sitting on my smoker along with a few splits of oak and hickory smoke wood. Also, you can smell the green chilies. I've tasted this already. It's not hot. It's actually quite delicious. Let me go ahead and get a spoon so I can get you guys a taste test. Alright. It's nice and creamy. It's still hot. That's delicious. So, here's what I taste. Of course, I taste the green chilies. I taste that garlic. I also taste those 3 different cheeses with the highlight of those cheeses being that jack cheese. Everything else is really an accompaniment to the cheese and the green chili. It's smoky. It's got an aftertaste of smokiness. You can get a bit of funkiness from that cheese. It's absolutely delicious. So, I'm finished this. Let's recap what we did. This morning I got up. I had a container. I filled it with some medium shells. I took 3 different cheeses and also put it in there with the medium shells. Again, all of this is raw ingredients. I took a cup of heavy cream, a cup of half and half, some seasonings of my choice. You're more than welcome to do the same. You don't have to use the same things that I've used. I used 3 different cheeses, some jack cheese, some Colby cheese, some cheddar cheese, and then I used the star of the show, this 505 green chili salsa. We got it in there. It set out for a while. Actually, I can actually say while this was setting out uncooked, those pasta shells went ahead and started soaking up those liquids. The main goal of this dish here is to make sure that you use enough liquid. Now, at some point during the cooking process, I noticed my liquid mixture was getting thick. I thinned it out with water. All right. I felt like there was enough flavor in this entire dish. I don't need to add anything else. As I sit here and I speak to you now, this is one of my favorite ways to do mac and cheese. Absolutely, again, I said this before, if I have a restaurant, this will more than certainly be on my menu. If you haven't done so, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, B Smokehouse. Most importantly, I implore you to get outside and cook something. It's a bit windy here. I finished right in the nick of time. Love you guys. Thank you for the support. B Smokehouse out.